Who says a good meal or a great meal has to be time consuming, overly complicated, and expensive? Not true. Not true at all. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode of my channel, Save Money More with Jan channel. Welcome to Thursday's No Frills video. I don't know where this week is going. The time just goes by way too fast. Now, I labeled this title as Lazy Night Pasta Meal Prepping. What happened was last Saturday night, I kept craving the baked ziti, the kind that I make, the special one that I make at Christmas time. But of course, that was all finished. Christmas has been done now for a few weeks, and that's all said and done. I said, why can't I do a shortcut lazy night version that does not involve so many ingredients? Now, for the special one that I make at Christmas time, I use like the really great quality mozzarella cheese. I use like ricotta cheese. Well, this is an abbreviated idea for like a regular, let's say, typical Monday night where I'm craving pasta, but I'm not craving the work that is involved with pasta. Sorry, Grandma. I'm just saying, Grandma. I'm like, but anyway, there's no reason for all of this. And to boot, it was so simple to assemble. Everything is about assembly. You don't have to cook a darn thing. So the light bulb went off in my head. I had two types of frozen pasta in my freezer. One was ravioli, and we all know what cheese ravioli is like. It has a ricotta cheese on the inside of it, and so on and so forth. And I also had tortellini, which is a very tender pasta with little inserts of sort of like a cheesy feel to it, depending on the kind you buy. I like to get cheese tortellini. So I said to myself, why can't I get my favorite baking tray, not baking tray, excuse me, food storage containers, okay? And why can't I just assembly line fashion, just assemble things? So last Saturday night at about 9:30, I put on my favorite music in the background, and I said, I've just felt like the best CEO of my kitchen, let me tell you. Because if you think about it, like a standard semi ultra salty processed type of baked ziti entree is about $5. Now, for $5, that one bag of store brand frozen ravioli yielded me, let me get it right. One, two, three. Yielded me three. It could have been four if I let it go to four, but I needed more of those more of those food storage. And by the way, it pays to get some good quality food storage that goes to the freezer and stuff like that. So it helps save you a lot of money. So I said, okay, so I'll do three. But what I did was I took like the ravioli, the frozen ravioli. First, I just poured some little cans of tomato sauce. I did not break open a glass jar. By the way, this is going to be a longer no frills. It's definitely going to go beyond 5 minutes. I'm sorry. You can always pause it and come back to it if you don't have time. But making a long story short, everything was like assembly line fashion. It went so fast. So I had the three open food storage containers. I took my little can of sauce. I poured a little bit on the bottom of my frozen food trays, on the bottom, a little bit of sauce. Then I took my frozen ravioli. Then I placed some frozen ravioli in one. Then I placed some cheese tortellini in the other. And then I put another frozen ravioli. Okay, so I yielded three. And then I layered it, okay, with another sauce, another layer of the pasta, the frozen pasta. So I did this in a lasagna fashion. Now, this time around, I didn't use the extremely expensive mozzarella cheese. I used what I call everyday mozzarella cheese, the kind that you get at the grocery store, and it was store brand. So I got that at a significantly cheaper price. Okay. So I put as much shredded mozzarella cheese in each one of those storage trays, right? And then I was thinking on the night that it may be that I want to do it, I could always, if I wish, break open a can of mushrooms, drain it, and throw it on. Now, so what I did was just assemble everything. I added some Italian seasonings. I went, sprinkled some Parmesan cheese on top of it, garlic powder, anything you want. The sky's the limit. And then I just left it off where the, mozzarella was showing on the top of it. Now, what I did was, of course, I popped it in the freezer. So I literally manufactured 3 entrees, delicious entrees. I didn't want meat. I just wanted a nice marinara sauce. Okay. Meat's expensive. So, meat is not always the star of the show in my household. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I don't enjoy it. I enjoy meat, but I don't enjoy high bills. So I said, no, I consider meat as a treat. That's the way I look at it. So, all right. So I made beautiful, beautiful trays. Now, on the night that I want it, okay, it could literally go from the freezer right into, I just pull out my regular, what I use is like literally a 9-inch cake pan, like where I bake a layer of cake. I don't have fancy equipment here. I just don't. So what I do is I'll give that a fast spray of nonstick, right? And then I'll pop out from the frozen food storage container. It pops right out when you take it out of the freezer. And then I'll just place it right into, with the mozzarella side up, and place it into my baking tray. And about 45 minutes later, it's done. Pop out of freezer, put in tray, baking pan rather, and bake at 350 for about 45 minutes. You could always check at 30 minutes. Everybody's oven varies. So you need to check on that. Okay. That I can't help you with. You got to check out your oven. My oven happens to be really gets really hot. Okay. So I have to check it sometimes a little bit sooner rather than later, but keep in mind that I'm sending it in directly from the freezer. Now, if you're concerned about the top browning or burning, just tent it over with some aluminum foil. Take a minute, tent it over, and let that bake for about I'd say about a half hour. Then remove that and then let it roll for about 10 minutes till the cheese is visibly melty the way you like it. I mean, how easy is that? Now you could serve that with one of those quick salads that you can make, or do one of those chickpeas and Italian dressing salads like I like to do with some chopped red onion. I mean, you could do that in the morning, have that in the fridge, pull everything out. This is what I call a pull-out dinner. I'm so sorry that I went beyond 5 minutes, but I'm not sorry in this case because I'm helping you to have something delicious. I mean, it's about method, okay? So I didn't have to boil anything. I didn't have to mess anything. I just broke open cans and poured stuff in from the freezer. I still have tortellini frozen left in the freezer. I still have ravioli in its original bags still left in the freezer for future use. This is definitely a savings. And of course, you scale it to your family's needs. For example, if you have like a household of just 1 or 2, you do what I just mentioned. But obviously, if you have more in your family, you just increase it. But if you want convenience, because I get it, we're tired at the end of a workday. This is real life. People are tired. People want to take a minute, even if it's just to chill out and enjoy dinner and not worry so much about all the prepping then. Just come home and what you could throw that in the oven. You could, kick back and maybe take a hot shower, relax and watch a little half-hour TV while that's baking. And voila, you have yourself a nice, easy dinner. Don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe.